Greetings. Just here taking a break along the highway, and we happen across something you see a lot of. It's a bunch of sawdust, a bunch of pine shavings that apparently a belly dump truck, a semi, let go of. And you'll see this a lot with belly dump trucks. Even with grain, you'll see piles of grain where they stop because the belly dump doors don't seal perfectly, and so vibration, that sort of thing, when they start and stop, can knock some out. And in some cases there's just a bunch left over and they'll just park and dump it out to have an empty trailer, and they just basically, it's technically littering, but one man's trash is another person's treasure. And we use these pine shavings for our around camp wag bags, and whenever we're staying in certain places where we have to use basically that sort of a toilet system, as we've demonstrated in a previous video. And those things cost money. The pine shavings cost money, and we don't have money to constantly be buying that, really, and so it's an expense. And here we have a whole pile of free pine shavings. This is litter, and so we're going to take advantage of this litter. We're going to fill up our bucket with it. And this is the sort of thing, if you're poor, if you're broke, if you're homeless, you need to take advantage of every opportunity. You have to be an opportunist and a scavenger. And we are scavenging and taking advantage of this opportunity right here. Almost kind of need a shovel for this, which we do have. And this is the sort of thing that we like to see people taking advantage of. You know, this is not just cleaning up some of this trash, it's helping us out, and it's freeing us from being dependent on a consumer good. And that's always a nasty sort of predicament. If you're dependent on consumer goods, then you have to have a mainstream job that makes money. You have to have a house and a car and all these sorts of things. And it's just sort of an extravagance, really, when you see how a person really could live and how simply you can live. And, you know, we basically live out of the back of our truck. You know, you need to take advantage of every opportunity. A lot of times, forest product companies, too, you'll see free bins out in front where it's about a bunch of scraps and things like that. And you can use that for firewood. And you see a lot of times people will regularly be there getting their free firewood, or at least kindling. And that's about as full as we can get it. Yes, we're here by the highway, here along Highway 97 in Oregon, on the way to Crater Lake and points east. It's a beautiful spring day, and it's a great thing to be able to take advantage of a free opportunity like this. I want to thank you very, very much for joining us to take a look at some free sawdust and a little talk about opportunism.